Hi, my name is Veronica Lee. It is your weekly transformational forecast for the week of May 24th, 2021. It is a little bit lighter this week, not so heavy, not so intense, and not so shadowy, right? One of the things that was happening over the past few weeks is that a lot of our shadow stuff was coming up, leaving us feeling sort of heavy, a little bit hopeless maybe, and a slight, I would say, sense of depression. Not depression as in clinical, but in this energy of right? This week, things are lifting a bit. There's a little bit of a pop that we've made some, let's say, breakthroughs. Now, we may or may not have consciously faced what it is that was coming up for us, and it's been in our face so often over the past several years that it's sort of hard to not do a little bit of work around that. So unless you are absolutely the type that says, oh no, I'm not dealing with this, and you turn around and run the other way or use heavily, drugs, alcohol, gaming, whatever it is to totally escape, the fact that you have awareness that things are in your face right now and these are your own shadowy things, in and of itself starts to soften and shift them. The easier and more gentle we are with this, facing of our stuff, of our shadows, the easier things soften and resolve. Now, that doesn't mean that old patterns, simply by going, oh, here's my shit again, that it's all done and we don't ever have to deal with it. It's, here's this stuff, this old pattern that's coming up for me to look at. And we can be very compassionate with ourselves around it, and we could recognize it, and we could love ourselves anyway in spite of, let's say, these shortcomings. And all of those help soften and heal the shadow and the pattern itself. So with that consciousness comes this pop. Things are easier, right? And of course, in life, we are always going to have this, ebb and flow of, having these really dynamic moments where we feel like we can accomplish anything, and other times when we just don't want to get out of bed. But in general, this week, the energies are much lighter. There's been a bit of a breakthrough. And what looks like, I wouldn't say it's a full green light, it's a green light to go, but we may perceive some yellow in that. So we might be a little bit hesitant to move forward just because of what we were coming out of. But what I'm hearing is we want to be able to have more confidence in our ability to move toward what we want, in spite of not having everything laid out perfectly, in spite of not having the answers. Now, some people, of course, are kind of rash and they go running off and chasing windmills, every time they see one. But if that's the pattern, then clearly that's something that might come up for you and was looked at or is getting looked at or is being resolved. But for most people who aren't windmill chasers, the energies are lightening up to help us proceed with what we're wanting without too much of our fear and ego holding us back, saying, but, and having all these reasons not to. The clearest thing to do is to recognize what it is we're really wanting. Now, unfortunately, a lot of times we sort of form what we're really wanting around really practical life things like, I need money though, or I don't have childcare. And those are all valid. So I'm not discounting those at all. And yet what we're being asked to look at and to face is what we really want. And if what we really want is, let's say, more peace in our lives, to have our voice heard, to do what we enjoy without hesitation or apology, those are the things that are opening up for us to say yes to. And so last week it was this holding back, like, oh no, I'm not sure. The shadowy stuff was sort of pulling us back from that which we want. And this week, this energy that's opening up for us is moving toward that with more affirmation, more yes, more, okay, I see this, I do want it. And it's that acknowledgement that we are willing to move forward and sort of quiet the voices of doubt, quiet that practical side a bit so that we can continue to keep our eyes focused. So until next week, enjoy whatever pop is going on for you, and we will connect May 31st, Memorial Day. Okay, bye-bye.